Surrounding them were dishes and towels from the meals that Big Ma had bought them throughout the day as he told Cush his story. "Clean up this mess, take the dishes to the sink, and go on home. Tell your mother to send you over here after you have done your chores tomorrow." Cush was hesitant. "Honestly, Daddy, after that story about those demons, I'm afraid to sleep tonight." Samuel stood up and stretched. "Do you know the Lord's Prayer?" Cush quickly said. "Yes, Daddy." Samuel looked at Cush. "Okay then, say that, and you will sleep just nicely." Samuel walked toward the kitchen and abruptly stopped. "Listen, son, we are in a time and age where people say you have to say 50 Hail Marys or do this or do that for the Lord to hear you. I say just become a friend to your Creator and let Him guide you. You see, everyone's friendship is different. Become His friend, you respect your friends. Here on earth. Respect Him as if He is your friend. You know He doesn't like this or that, don't do this or that, and learn His way like any other friend, and He'll guide you on the right path. I have a friend who cannot stand cigar smoke, so I do not smoke around him. That is respect, that's a friend." Cush still didn't want to go home and had heard many people say, "Don't ask that man about no poetry, he's good, but he'll wear you out." So he said, "Daddy, I heard you write poetry too." Samuel was determined to send Cush on his way, but he knew he was still bothered about the story of incubus and succubus, so Samuel turned around and took a seat in his chair. "It runs in the family. Okay, I'll tell you a few, and then you'll have to go." I wrote this one thinking about how it used to be in the olden days." Clearing his throat, he said, "Perfect world. Grandfather smoking like a train as he grasps for air to breathe. Mother is cursing. Father ducking from the things thrown in the air. Sons and daughters are growing up so fast, saying, 'Life isn't fair.' Grandmother fussing because the nutrients are missing. No food in the house, nothing is in the kitchen, everyone screaming. This living is unfair. This country is singing like birds, with words of foolishness and pride. Foolishness and pride that we despise. City rushing like ants on a hill, as she prepares for war. Drugs dancing as it captures their prisoners, returning them to jail. Schools praying, for they know it is they who are sending us to hell. But who cares? Jobs dying as they try to reach the unreachable. Money crying out for its cousin's greed and pride that can be seen even in your eyes. Husband sinking because he is unable to pay his rent. Preacher crying, for they have no more stories to tell. Grass waving like little children, as they wait patiently to speak to the sun for growth, or even the moon to sleep. Dog barking like selfish women, who can have their way. Fleas biting as they work their 9 to 5, to survive, all this jive, while sitting on their prey. Diseases lurking in the darkness, is all this making you blue? It's happening because of you. As death waiting patiently for the moment to grab you, taking you to its home, your final resting place. Grown men yelling like little girls, as we all try to live in this perfect world. Samuel said, "I like this one too. Signs of the times." I asked so many questions, not one could be answered. I had to learn them on my own. Why didn't anyone know the answer to my questions? Were they so hard? Had to realize some of them alone, on my own. Searched and searched. Still, no one could answer these questions except Him, who knows everything. Goodness and mercy is His name. Asked about hunger, pain, and suffering. Asked about mankind and prejudice. Envy and hatred. Explain how we all go through all these things today, while other things get in the way. Generations, getting worse than the one before. Those that were not strong, but humble, will make it past the test of time. Telling me, it would soon be over. It would no longer exist. Telling me, it was going to get worse. Before it gets better. Telling me, it was all written, in the signs of the times.